Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flicks. Today we're going to be talking about Big Little Lies Season 2, Episode 4.
So this episode revolves around Amabella's birthday party. We are seeing all the Monterey Five together. I feel like we haven't seen them together as much in this season as the previous season. They're all together in one spot. Everything feels like it's coming to a head with all the characters and the relationships with their families. And yeah, I feel like this is kind of setting the tone for what's going to happen for the rest of the season.
Yes, you have Bonnie still struggling for what, happened with Perry and her mother, that's one part in this whole season I'm not quite understanding. There's like little blurs of circles.
Yeah, I don't really know if that we're supposed to believe that she has some kind of supernatural ability. It's kind of strange because she's obviously recalling memories, which I'm sure will be elaborated in future episodes. But it is strange. We have like almost like a dead zone thing where she touches people and can see their memories. I don't know if I like that, but maybe that's not really what's going on. It's just how it appears to me.
Yeah. We have Celeste struggling, just how to run a daily life with her kids, and Mary Louise is meddling in every which way she can. You see her basically kind of just losing track of everything.
Yeah, she's obviously on a downward spiral, and you're seeing in the first few episodes you get an idea of that she is, using these drugs to help her cope with the issues and the stress and the PTSD and everything going on with it, and dealing with Mary Louise and her kids. But it's starting to get out of hand, and I almost understand this episode a little bit where Mary Louise is coming from, just a little bit.
Yeah, I get it, but then again, I feel like Mary Louise is this. She's a meddler. She just wants to get in.
Yeah, she's so sneaky, and it's strange because I felt like almost a shift for me personally in this episode, where the first two episodes she honestly is just she's in everybody's business, trying to be that character that wants to kind of sleuth around, and she's seeing some bad sides of Celeste. Where if they were my grandkids, this woman's driving around, almost crashing the car, grabs the kid. She's with a strange man, and just like the way that she's kind of spiraling is a little troublesome. So I kind of actually this episode I wasn't so like, oh, she's a horrible character.
And Madeline and Ed, they're still going through their marital issues, which you can totally tell that Ed is just kind of messing with Madeline the whole time, just to throw like little jabs still. I'm not quite sure where they're going with this, because you can see Madeline really wants her marriage to work, and at the end of this episode, she's basically like, are you just going to leave me already? Because she's this miserable because she wants to try so hard to fix her marriage.
And one of the things I noticed in this episode too, which they hinted at in the last couple episodes, is there's almost parallels with Bonnie and her husband, and then Madeline and Ed, where you have Ed and Bonnie kind of bonding, and then you have Madeline and her Bonnie's husband kind of being on the outside, like what's going on. And it's just strange to kind of see these characters that are always so at odds kind of being in the exact same situation, essentially.
And then Renata in this episode, she's dealing with her husband and her bankruptcy issues, and just about her whole life feels like it's collapsing all around her. She's giving up all her valuables, all the stuff that she's worked with, and what her husband basically screwed her over for.
Yeah, Laura Dern for this season, I feel, has just taken it for me. Meryl Streep's obviously been excellent, but I think she's doing an amazing job. I think this episode was really a great job performance on her part. Just her kind of explaining to her husband how she has her whole life set up. She's obviously a control freak. She was in the last season, and this one she's losing control of everything. And her coping with that, and her trying to put on a brave face in front of everyone, and then behind the scenes being completely broken down. It's just a great performance.
Yeah, I like the scene where Ed's like, when they're at the parties, it's like everything's fake. Everybody's acting fake. And basically everybody is.
Yeah, it's true. It's because he's a character that honestly doesn't fully understand what's going on, but even he can see that this society and these characters have to create these personas, and the underlying thread of this season is obviously the lie. In the first season, they're lying about who they are, and this one they're lying about what happened. It's just a whole bunch of lies, hence Big Little Lies.
And then Jane, she reveals to her love interest, her boyfriend, that, she was raped, and that's like a big thing for her, I feel like, just to finally tell somebody else and for her not to hide it anymore.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where that story will go with him, because she's obviously dealing with a lot, and she has these connections throughout the episodes with Celeste and trying to come to terms with who Perry really was and why he did what he did.
Detective is definitely making her presence well known in this episode. She's kind of just showing up wherever.
Yeah.
And all the ladies are kind of getting anxious about that. Most of the time, I don't even really think she's realizing that,
Yeah, I feel like the women are going to give it up on their own. It's not even like she seems like she's actively pursuing what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but they've been acting so strange around her. Bonnie has the outburst in the hospital. You have, Madeline kind of being very cold towards her when she sees her. So it's interesting, and obviously knowing Mary Louise is pushing into that aspect, trying to get her to dig into the case even more. They might end up blowing the thing off themselves. That I think they're getting paranoid when no one is really expecting to suspect them of these things.
And I also feel like we're gonna find more about Bonnie. I said this in the last episode, but there's like a weird scene when her mom, she has a stroke and she's in the hospital and her father comes in, like basically blames Bonnie.
Yeah.
Like, did you cause this? And I don't know if there's something in the past.
Something like deeper to that. I think that'll definitely be revealed.
All right, guys. So this is our thoughts on episode 4 of season 2, Big Ol' Lies. Let us know in the comments down below what you are thinking. Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, where do you think it's gonna go?
We have 4 more episodes, and I just feel like there's just not enough time to pile all this stuff in. So, again, remember to like and subscribe, and we always appreciate your support. And thanks.
See ya.